Anthem. Electronic Arts goes full sci-fi in the shared world RPG. Gather your team of 4 and explore a landscape torn between beauty and destruction. As freelancers, it is your objective to leave civilization behind and confront the dangers in victory or defeat. Use a wide arsenal of futuristic weapons like the Javelin exosuit and dominate the open wilds. Considering it's on the Xbox One X, witness the beauty of 4K resolution. It's coming sometime next year. Ashen. Named after a grayish color, this passive multiplayer game beckons you to a bygone world where the sun grows weaker every day. Explore an open world filled with dangerous creatures and non-linear progression. It's high-risk combat opts players to be careful in every step of the way. No release date yet. Ashes Cricket. Bringing the fast-paced action of this underrated sport, this game from Big Ant Studios showcases a deep career mode and a fully customizable experience. Play in its officially licensed stadiums that's featured in the 2017 and 2018 Ashes Tour. Or, how about going online and play with friends? It's coming this November 16. Assault Android Cactus. Joining the ranks of the upcoming console is Witchbeam's critically acclaimed twin-stick shooter. Bask in the vivid sci-fi action and play as one of 9 different androids in their high-octane environments. Cited as one of the most impressive twin-stick shooters yet, help the androids fight off the robot mutiny and save the space freighter from doom. No release date yet. Astroneer. Currently on early access on Steam, this adorable space exploration game is coming to the Xbox One X in high resolution. The game borrows elements from Minecraft and Terraria, but in space. Guide your little astronaut as he explores the vast cosmos. Or you could call a friend and work together. It's coming sometime soon. Biomutant. THQ Nordic expands their horizons with this newest title. Dive into their colorful post-apocalyptic open world and prepare for some kung fu action along with a raccoon-like protagonist. But aside from your martial arts training, you'll also be able to craft your own swords and firearms. It looks beautiful so far and it's set to release in 2018. Black Desert. Steam's ambitious MMORPG is gearing up its release to the Xbox One X. Developer Pearl Abyss plunges you to a world of seamless live interaction with friends. Experience its intuitive combat coupled with the X's high-resolution textures that go up to 4K. It's a truly remarkable fantasy adventure and it's coming this early 2018. Brawl Out. Running at a native 4K and 60 frames per second, Angry Mob Games' fast and fluid fighting game delights you with a Smash Brothers-like gameplay and a wide range of unique characters. Increase your rage meter for that juicy special move or go on a ranked match and climb the leaderboards. No release date yet, but it's coming soon. Call of Duty World War II. Activision isn't done with their annual shooter and they're taking a step back from their futuristic timeline similar to DICE's Battlefield. Go into the war zone and experience World War II like never before. It's Call of Duty's most ambitious title yet, and it's part of Xbox One X's launch window. It's bigger, badder, and it's coming this November 3rd. Conan Exiles. Escape from the confines of spaceships and blasters and step inside a prehistoric game where your genital size matters. Selling more than 500,000 copies on Steam, Funcom's open-world survival game is coming to the Xbox One X. It'll take advantage of its 4K support for an immersive experience, and it's coming soon this 2018. Crackdown 3. Microsoft's exclusive open-world game lets you destroy everything from top to bottom. Its sandbox gameplay pits you in a futuristic city in search for evil moguls. Everything is destructible, and with Xbox One X's power, go on a high-resolution carnage in 4K, increased distance, and Dolby Atmos support. It's coming out soon. Dark and Light. There's an unlimited amount of sandbox games coming to the Xbox One X. Among them is Snail USA's gorgeous fantasy world. Similar to Monster Hunter, the world is teeming with enhanced beasts that pose a threat to the land. Harness the power of magic and survive its ever-changing environment. It's coming out soon. Darksiders III. Experience a war-torn Earth in stunning HD with THQ Nordic's third entry to the Darksiders epic. In this sequel, we'll witness the adventures of the Mage Fury as she embarks on a quest to destroy the 7 deadly sins. It's another story steeped in mythology, and it's gonna look better than ever with the Xbox One X's 4K resolutions. It's set to release sometime in 2018. Deep Rock Galactic. Gather your friends in this futuristic dwarven adventure where technology and ancient weaponry go hand in hand together. This is a first-person shooter that takes you to a procedurally generated world to explore with 4 of your friends in co-op mode. It's currently on its early access stages on Steam, and it's coming this 2018 to the Xbox One X. Dragon Ball FighterZ. The team behind BlazBlue and Guilty Gear bring you a one-of-a-kind fighting game with their signature style. Move over Dragon Ball Xenoverse and say hello to FighterZ. Coming to the Xbox One X, witness how to perfectly make a Dragon Ball fighting game adaptation with their detailed movements and hand-drawn art. It's just so beautiful to look at. Imagine it in 4K. It's coming this February 2018. Fortnite. With all this talk about Battle Royale, Fortnite's aim isn't to compete with Bluehole's PUBG. Before they went to that concept, it's a sandbox shooter where players can scavenge, survive, and shoot the hell out of monsters. Grab your team of 4 and defend bases until your very last breath. Considering it's part of Epic Games, it's powered by the Unreal Engine 4, and imagine how that looks on the Xbox One X. It's coming this 2018. Hello Neighbor. A first-person horror game where you outsmart its carefully crafted AI. Play as a regular guy try to get inside his neighbor's secret basement. It's not disturbingly scary, but it's not easy. Like playing chess, this neighbor knows exactly what you're doing and is always one step ahead of you. It's gearing up for its release on the Xbox One X this December 8, 2017. Jurassic World Evolution. Inspired from the great city-building games like SimCity and City Skylines, instead of building skyscrapers and filling out a building with residents, Evolution lets you create your own Jurassic Park. Fill it with dinosaurs and invite thousands of people to check your exhibits. Just don't let them escape this time. It's coming sometime this mid-2018. LA Noire. This neo-noir detective game from 2011 makes a grand return to the latest generation of platforms, especially on the Xbox One X. This game doesn't change much compared to its original, but its remastered form takes its realistic facial expressions to new heights. It also includes all the downloadable content and full 4K support. It's coming this November 14. Metro Exodus. Russia's very own version of Fallout returns with their 3rd massive entry of the critically acclaimed Metro series. This epic and story-driven shooter takes you once again to the irradiated Moscow. Instead of staying underneath its underground community, Exodus fully takes you to the surface. This is the biggest entry of Metro yet, and we can't wait until this game releases this 2018. MX vs ATV All Out. The ideal off-road racing game. Find your style and blaze through the muddiest terrain in gorgeous open-world environments. Pick among its various types of bikes, ATVs, UTVs, and more to refine your freestyle skills in the game's multiple modes. The game supports 4K and a fun split-screen co-op to play with a friend. It's coming this 2018. Okami HD. The PlayStation 2 was a good console with amazing games. Okami was one of them. It's a mesmerizing watercolor adventure where you play as Amaterasu in the form of a white wolf. Now coming to the Xbox One X, gaze into its beautiful world. Use your magical paintbrush to fight and recreate the world around. It's coming this December 12. Ori and the Will of the Wisp. After the success of Microsoft's Blind Forest, our adorable spirit creature returns in this next entry. Not much was revealed except for a cinematic trailer that shows the creature falling into the darkness. Expect a refined Metroidvania experience and an even more difficult platforming adventure. It's coming out soon. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. The talk of the town and currently on top of Steam most played games with a total of 2 million concurrent players. This Battle Royale game pits 100 players into one massive map filled with deadly weapons. The last team or person alive wins the chicken dinner. Currently on Steam Early Access, it's going full blast as a Microsoft exclusive on the Xbox One X. Coming this late 2017. Railway Empire. Simulate your Steam-powered engine and build the most expansive railway system in Gaming Mind's unique game. With over 40 different trains, be ahead of the competition and build an empire of metallic wonders. There's more to this game than just building, and it takes a whole lot of strategic depth to be on top. It's coming this 2018. Robocraft Infinity. Coming exclusively to Microsoft platforms, this robot-building fighting game takes you to even greater lengths, especially on the Xbox One X. Infinity soars higher with a better performance and 4K support. Build, drive, and fight your way to victory in its 5v5 battles. It's coming this April 2018. Riverbond. Combining various elements from popular games today, this couch co-op takes you to a voxel-based fantasy world. Go dungeon crawling with your friends and embark on a journey to rebuild the River of Light. It's one of the long list of indie games coming out on the Xbox One X this 2018. Sea of Thieves. If you love Ubisoft's sea-sailing Assassin's Creed game, then you'll definitely love this. This Microsoft exclusive takes you to the high seas with your crew of hardy landlubbers. Experience this shared world together with your friends in 4K resolution. And if that's not big enough, it's coming sometime this first or second quarter of 2018. Sonic Forces. Follow Sonic and his friends to stop the evil Dr. Eggman from destroying the world. Witness 3 unique versions of the adorable blue hedgehog we all know and love in its dynamic shift in gameplay. It goes 4K on the Xbox One X this November 7, 2017. State of Decay 2. Go into a post-apocalyptic zombie world in Undead Lab's sequel to the acclaimed original. This time, experience bloodier pastures with its online multiplayer mode so you can play with your friends and live to see the next day. Coming this first or second half of 2018. Strange Brigade. Another throwback game from the makers of the critically acclaimed Sniper Elite series. Rebellion Games' upcoming shooter takes you to the whimsically old 1930s, now with less history and more fantasy. Take on the role of intrepid heroes as they dive into Egyptian tombs and slay mythical beasts. Coming alive with the Xbox One X, it's set to release sometime in 2018. Super Lucky's Tale. Step into the shoes of the optimistic Lucky in a tale that's directly inspired from classic platformers like Nintendo's Mario. Save her sister from the evil Jinx. In this adventure, solve tricky puzzles and challenges that get increasingly difficult. Its immersive world is a joy to look at, and it's coming to 4K on the Xbox One X this November 7. The Artful Escape of Francis Vendetti. A Kickstarter-funded game at first, but it found its home under Annapurna Interactive. This game feels like an acid trip to a different dimension. Follow a man with the ability to use his power of music to travel into painted worlds. It boasts an eccentric art style with a lot of guitar riffing, and it's coming sometime soon on the Xbox One X. The Darwin Project. With the Battle Royale genre reaching its peak, a new challenger appears in the form of Scavenger Studios' Overwatch and Hunger Games hybrid. A multiplayer survival game, play as convicted heroes in a struggle to survive the deadly arena. Craft your own weapons in the heat of battle and prove you're the fittest of them all. Coming to the Xbox One X sometime in 2018. The Last Night. For this indie platformer, atmosphere is everything, even with the limitations of their chosen pixel art style. The Last Night holds nothing back in the detail of immersive cyberpunk environments. There's no doubt it's gonna look even better on the X's 4K resolution. A platformer that captures the heart of Blade Runner, it's set to release sometime in 2018. Unruly Heroes. From a tale inspired by the Monkey King legend comes a standout indie platformer from Magic Design Studios. It boasts a similar art style to Ubisoft's Rayman with a gameplay twist of its own. Transform into other beasts and use their abilities to fight against ferocious bosses. Unique and beautifully crafted, it's set to release sometime in 2018. War Thunder. After 5 years, this action-packed vehicular MMORPG is coming to the Xbox One X. Witness classic vehicles that roam the land, sea and air during World War II and maneuver them to your heart's content. Fight enemies in various settings and immerse yourself in its realistic land, sea and air combat. Now that it's coming to the X, its 4K resolution greatly increases the chaos, and it's coming sometime soon on the Xbox One X. We Happy Few. Currently an early access game on Steam, this open-world survival game takes you to a gripping dystopian world where everyone seems controlled. Conformity is the key in this alternate version of 1960s England, so test your wide range of survival skills in its story mode. It's officially coming out on the Xbox One X this April 13, 2018. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below.